Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm really excited to be sharing my daily journal and my planner for 2021. I'm really excited for this because I changed up a little bit with my daily journal, but my planner is the same. So let's start with the planner real quick. I do have a video for 2020 sharing my daily journal and my planner with you guys. So if you're interested in that and you haven't seen it, I will link it up at the eye for you. But I have been using the Get to Work book for the past 5 years, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Well, this is probably year 5. And I love this planner. It works perfectly for me and my family. These are just little tidbits that came with my package. But basically, I love this journal because it's so simple. I'm not going to do a walkthrough, but it is just a simple planner. I love using the calendar to add photos and document, my journey. And it's just basic black and white and gray. And I love using this planner to plan my schedule or my kids, my YouTube channel, all that good stuff goes into this planner. I love it. I will be using it for 2021. I think I found my planner piece in this planner and I recommend it. It is a great planner and it's hefty duty. I've never had a problem with anything falling out, anything tearing out. It's just a great little planner. Well, it's not little, but it's a wonderful planner. So I'm sticking to this for 2021. And I will also be using, again, an Archer and Olive for my daily journal. Now, if you followed me or have seen any of my videos, you know my love for Archer and Olive's journals, especially their planners, because they have the lines set up and everything's done for you. All you have to do is kind of fill it out. And I don't use it as a planner. I use it as a daily journal, somewhere where I can add my journaling, talk about my day, add a few stickers, stamping, and have fun with it. But last year, Archer and Olive shrunk down the lines and made the margin much bigger. And I just felt like it was a waste of space. I was hoping they would change it for 2021. That didn't happen. So I decided to go with a plain dot Archer and Olive journal and kind of make it my own. It's going to be simple. I'm not going all out. I still want that simplicity, somewhere where I can add my journaling. And I love this black with the floral. I think it's gorgeous and I just love Bonnie's designs. So I'm going to use this as my daily journal. I'm going to try out different formats until I find the format that I enjoy and I'm okay with that. So we're going to try it out together today. I will be setting up January 2021 in this journal, and I will be sharing with you like my first attempt at this, getting my pages ready for January. But I think this is going to be fun and hopefully it will work. I did grab, let me share with you real quick. I did grab the stencil. I don't know if you can see this, but I grabbed the stencil from Ink by Jing, and this is supposed to help me count and figure out where I want my boxes easily. You have the numbers. It's so easy to use, you guys. I tried it already, and she does have a tutorial on her YouTube channel, so I will try to link that in the description box for you guys. But I really love how this is set up. I've tried it just in case I want to add lines in my daily journal. And if I do, I have the stencil to make it easier for me. So I grabbed this and I think it's going to work out nicely and make my life easier. I also did grab the notepad from Archer and Olive. It's just the same dotted paper. I grabbed this because I was worried that because this is my first time doing it on my own and not using one of the planners from Archer and Olive, I wanted to have backup just in case I have mistakes or I don't like my spread. I didn't want to tear any pages out of my daily journal. So this is perfect because this is perforated, so you can just tear out the page and stick it to your page in your daily journal or your bullet journal, and it will cover up any mistakes or any boo-boos without you tearing out pages. This is also a great way if you want to add in pages, whatever the case is. Maybe you want to do a Dutch door or whatever, but this is just perfect. I grabbed one just in case. And if you love dotted paper, this, works out as well, kind of like a notebook kind of thing or a notepad. But anyways, those are the two things that I got from Archer and Olive, and I will be using it today to share with you how I'm going to set up my January. And this is my planner for 2021. I'm really excited about it. I'll try to do a video soon on January, how I set this up, but this would be way too long if I did both today. So we're going to focus on my daily journal, get that set up for January 2021. I'm really excited. If you want to see how that comes together, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, let's start setting up my January 2021 in my daily journal. I'm going to skip the first few pages because I want to create a calendar for myself. There's going to be a lot of counting, so I know that's pretty boring. So I'm just going to skip that and do it on my own. But that's going to be my little reading challenge tracker. And now I can start working on January. Now, because January starts on a Friday and I really want to focus on, having 2 spreads a week. So what I decided to do was just go ahead and stamp my January on the opposite page and my calendar, and that way it's like an opening for January. I used an old Kelly Perky monthly stamp set to stamp out the January. I'll also use an old Kelly Perky calendar stamp set to stamp out my calendar. I love this stamp set. Hopefully Kelly will do more of these, but it's a great stamp set for any stamper to start a bullet journal. I always say this, I'm not good at lettering, calligraphy, or anything like that, so these stamps are a lifesaver. Now I just want to add a bit of flowers to my January. You guys know how much I love flowers. And I bought this stamp set from the same artist, Ink by Jing, that I bought that stencil from. They are just so beautiful, very simple, which makes my heart happy. So I'm literally just going to stamp them around my January. I'm using a piece of scrap paper. You really don't need masking tape and all that stuff. Just a piece of scrap paper works just to cover up your letters, and it gives you that whole illusion of, masking off your word. And I'm just going to stamp it a few times. I will end up coming back to it and adding some color to those flowers, but I didn't want to do it right away because I didn't know how my spread is going to turn out. So once I stamp out my flowers, I'm going to start working on, the beginning of the year. So like I said earlier, the beginning of the year starts on a Friday. So I'm going to use these stamp sets from the Paper Person. I believe this one's called Day by Day, and I'm going to use them to add my days. The week stamp sets have like a little line going through the letters, and it's a perfect spot to add color. So what I decided to do was to go through my own stamps, find a banner stamp, and I know I have one somewhere. And I actually found one in an old Studio Calico like birthday stamp set. So I grabbed that banner and I'm going to use a really beautiful, subtle, like almond color. This is from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to stamp that in between the letters because in that stamp set, there was nothing that you could add to stamp out like a block or whatever. So definitely look through your own stamps and find something that works. And this one worked out perfectly. Now I'm using the words from that stamp set, so I end up stamping like 2021, documented, things like that. I think I stamped out January as well, I'm not sure. But I'm just filling out those spots and I love how it turned out. I'm gonna use my ruler to add like a line going, kind of a border to my daily journal. I think this was the perfect little touch, and I didn't want to add too many lines to my daily journal because then you're limited. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for this, try it, see how it works for me. And I can always change it up. You're going to see in the next, 2 weeks, I do change it up when I set up this daily journal. But I'm just trying all the things. I'm not going to limit myself to one type of layout, if that makes sense. I end up grabbing my Tombow markers because I want to add some shading to my flowers. I use the really light shade of gray. I don't know the numbers, but I will try to link them down in the description box for you. I love the pack with all the shades of gray from the Tombow line. That's my favorite, and I know I bought that and just threw them inside my little pencil case, but I'm just using them to add a little hint of color to my flowers, and I love how that made everything pop, like it made the flowers pop against the January. While I was filling out my little flowers, I noticed that I forgot to add my dates, right? So I'm gonna grab this little mini calendar day stamps from Everyday Explorer. And I'm gonna add the days. I could have just went ahead and stamped, 1 through 3, but I like the 0 before the number, so I go for it. It takes longer, but I don't care. I'm just gonna end up doing this once a month, and I'm okay with that, even if it takes a little bit longer, but I kind of set it up like I want it to be set up. So I'm okay with adding the 0 and taking that extra step. I will be adding this beautiful washi just to bring in some color. And that way, if I, use stickers or more stamping or whatever the case is, I can kind of build off of that washi. So let's move on to week 1. I'm going to use this stamp set from Citrus Twist. It's a week stamp set. I'll stamp week. I'll also grab a number stamp from Studio Calico and stamp week 1. I wanted to bring in some more color to my spread, and I thought, an inline outline number stamp would be good. That way I can kind of fill out the numbers with a different color. I also decided that I'm sticking to that almond colored ink pad throughout the month of January. I think I want to go with something like that, where January is just one color, February is one color. It's not really of a theme kind of situation. It's more of just keeping it kind of cohesive. And when I'm looking through my daily journal, I kind of have that idea that I'm still in January, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use that same stamp set from the Paper Person shop. And I'm going to stamp Monday through Friday with that stamp set. I wish I went with something smaller, but I love this stamp set, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm just going to try it. I can always decide later, throughout like February, if I feel like January didn't work, the days of the week were too big, I can always change it up for February. So I just go with it. I also grab the weekend stamp set. Now this one for sure, definitely I should have went smaller because I ended up not having a lot of space for Saturday and Sunday, but it's okay. It's such a pretty stamp, so I just went with it. And by the way, I use a lot of different stamp sets from different brands, so it's really hard to keep up, but I will try to link anything that's still available down in the description box for you. And a lot of these stamp sets are pretty old, 3 and 5 years old, so I'm sure they're not available anymore, but you can use anything you have on hand. It does not have to be, brand new number stamps or date stamps or whatever the case is. Just use what you have. But anyways, I'm using that same banner, bringing in that almond ink color. Love it. It's just very subtle and beautiful. And I love that the banner fit perfectly. And I will fill out the banner with different words like remember, documented, captured, little things like that. Just bringing in some of my scrapbooking skills into my daily journal. I will also use the same mini calendar day stamp from Everyday Explorer to add the numbers next to my days of the week. I'm going to grab the floral stamp set again, by the way, and just stamp it randomly on my spread. I'm trying to keep it cohesive, and I think I'm going to like that look just because I'm the type of person who likes things to be cohesive, but at the same time, it's not matchy-matchy, but you can kind of tell that it's still January. So just literally grabbing a stamp set or even a sticker sheet and using it over and over throughout 1 month, it really helps everything stay cohesive. So at this point, I'm done stamping for week 1, but I'm just gonna grab some more washi and add a few washi tape to my spread just to bring a pop of color. This washi tape is from an artist called Aubrey. She has beautiful washi stickers. I love her work. I will add her link down in the description box for you guys, but I just bought it off of her website. And now I'm just gonna add the border like I did on my first spread. Love the added border. It really brings everything together. I will grab the Tombow markers again, those 3 colors, and I end up using the light gray and the dark shade of gray to just add a little hint of color to my flowers. I did go ahead and add some lines in between the days of the week. I thought maybe the lines would help a little bit, just made it like shorter. We'll see if that works. I just really have to go smaller with the days of the week, which I tried in my next spread and you'll see in a bit, but I think I need to go even smaller than that. But anyways, now I'm just grabbing my Tombows and I'm gonna fill out my flowers. Okay, so we are done with week 1. Let's move on to week 2, where I'm going to be changing it up a little bit. I decided to go ahead and just add my week stamp. So I'm going to stamp out week and I will stamp out 02 for week 2. Then I decide I'm going smaller with the days of the week and I grab a Studio Calico stamp set. This was, I think, November or December's subscription stamp sets that released recently. So I'm going to use that stamp set to stamp the days of the week. I love that there's like a little box on the bottom and you can add color or the date or whatever the case is. I did not think this through. When I was stamping, I'm trying my hardest not to have to count. You guys know me with measuring and counting. That really gets under my skin. I just don't have time for that. So I just go for it and start stamping. Did not turn out the best. It wasn't the prettiest, but you know what? It works. And I think when I end up adding my own stickers and my stamping in the spread, I think it will come together nicely. Now I decide to stick to the almond again because we're still in January. And I started using the banner, but I thought, I don't like that. I grabbed the Tombow marker and I like it so much more. I wish I did that from the get-go, but you know what? I don't care. It's not a big deal. I go over what I already stamped. It looks kind of offish, but it still works. Now all I want to do is just add the dates to the days of the week here. I ended up going with a smaller stamp set. I wish I stamped them more to the corner of these boxes. That way I would have space to either add stickers or stamping or whatever, but I didn't think that way. You know, it's a learning process. I've always used Archer and Olive's planner with the lines. Everything was set up. And now I'm kind of learning to kind of set this up myself. And I guess we're just learning together. Anyways, I'm gonna grab my ruler. I did add washi, and I'm gonna grab my ruler and add that border. I'll add a few lines in between the days of the week. And then I call week 1 and 2 done. I will share photos of week 3 and 4 at the end of the video. I just felt like this video would be way too long if I did the whole month. It's a learning process. I'm trying to figure out how to edit these videos. So anyways, that's about it, you guys. I'm just going to call it done. Don't forget, I'm going to be adding all the links for everything I shared down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.